Gut, gut, gut. Dann schauen wir doch gleich mal, ob wir jetzt den letzten Lord schaffen.
We've reached our destination.
Jetzt, wo ich ein bisschen gelevelt habe und nochmal meine Ausrüstung angeguckt habe. Gucken wir doch gleich mal.
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Ja. So. Ich weiß gar nicht, welches Level bin ich jetzt eigentlich. Oh, Ramwell ist sogar 36. Okay. Ja, chill Handy. Ich weiß, dass ich gerade streame. Oh. Stimmt. Aber ich habe keine Lust auf die Gegner. Oben ist ja eh was zum Heilen. Glücklicherweise. Wie haben die mich da bekommen? Oha. Ich bin ja komplett zerstört worden gerade. Eieieiei. Nun gut, dann nehmen wir das hier. Und dann schauen wir mal. Ach, stimmt, wir müssen ja noch ein Stückchen laufen. Warte mal, ich bin richtig, oder? Ah, doch, ich bin richtig. Hier können wir nochmal. Ich frage mich ja wirklich, ob das dann ausgeht und ob wir da weitergehen können. Mal kurz schauen, aber ich glaube, man sieht jetzt. Oh, hell, yes, hell. ja, ein bisschen. Und auch noch Ausrüstungen und Waffen und gefarmt und gekauft und so weiter und so weiter. Gott, chill mal. Ah, Gott, was denn? No Sidequests. Oh ja, da fällt mir auf, ich hätte noch den Fertigkeitsbaum durchsuchen können. Stimmt. Dann habe ich nicht gedacht. Gott, ey. Das kann was werden. Muss schon sagen, Tales of Arise ist mit den Effekten kann sehr unübersichtlich werden. Ich find's toll, dass wir ab und an einfach null Schaden machen. Oh. Hey, diesmal hat's sogar geklappt. Ich glaube, das hat beim... Ja, wenn schon, denn schon. Ja. Tja. Please, healing. Ah, thank you.
Scarlet Inferno! Benediction Light. Try harder! Entertain me.
Here my call. Astral energy.
Say no more. Is that it?
Thank you. I'll blind you with a shot. What's he planning?
Leave the ensnaring to me.
This looks bad. We've got to stop him.
Okay.
Rending you a bloody here. Resonate with the That's far enough. Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't disappoint me by dying just yet. Die. Eyes on the ground. Here it comes.
Damn it! Don't take your attention off him either.
Resonate with the earth. Take this. Dragon Form. That's far enough.
Yes.
Take this. Enjoy. Take this. You picked the wrong fight.
Ah, ich glaube, ich stand zu weit weg.
Elusive deal. Resonate with the earth. The enemy yields odds too.
We'll soon see about that.
Blood. Dragon Form. Here. No odds of being interrupted. Take this.
Oh, oh, this bad.
Here.
In here.
Addiction light. Take this. Resonate with the earth.
Wind astral energy.
On your way. Take this.
Raging indeed.
Slasher. Megasonic Thrust. I could do without this.
Sleep now. I'll be safe.
Ich find's toll, dass Shion Healing Circle castet. Aber dann nur um mich herum. Wo wir ihn weiter dann anwenden könnten, naja, dafür müsste ich ihn erstmal irgendwie. Ich müsste halt irgendwann stehen bleiben. Okay, dann nehmen wir doch mal schnell ein, genau.
Now this is enjoyable.
Das hat nicht funktioniert? Brimwell, you had one job.
Here. Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't disappoint me by dying just yet. Take this.
Obwohl, warte mal. Nee. Nee, passt schon.
Megasonic Thrust. Take this. It's over. Take this. Take this. Dragon Form. They smite. Take this.
Bleib stehen.
In a bind.
Ah ja.
They smite with blood.
Come on. 500 Leben. Ein Leben. Nice.
Here's a healing arm.
Kann. Kannst du.
Illuminate the dark. Reload. Holy flame of spirit.
Wartet das Spiel irgendwas von mir? Sagt mir jetzt nicht, das Spiel buggt jetzt. Was? Everything's perfect. Warum auch immer. Okay, dann Second Phase. Let's go. Ja. Ich weiß. Ich tue jetzt erstmal ein paar Orangengelees verwenden.
How sweet your ignorance must be. You resent not being the only sovereign. That's why you're after me, isn't it? There is,
Ja,
but your
verwenden nochmal eins.
grandest sin was unveiling your strength. Sin? You use people as traitors. What right have you to speak of sin? Sin is the power to care only for domination. We never asked you to rule. No one did.
Gott, okay.
Your wants.
Das wird, glaube ich.
In the light. I'm through taking orders from tyrants.
Das, glaube ich, wird jetzt sehr unangenehm.
I couldn't make it in time.
Wow.
Benediction light. Resonate with the earth. You're mine.
Kann ich. Okay.
Is this what real pain feels like? Forgive me. This is not.
I'll bring you back from Death's abyss.
Can you take it?
Resuscitation.
It's in your hands now.
Glacial spear.
Oh Gott, oh Gott.
Freeze lancer. More for the stockpile. I'll bring you back from Death's abyss. Illuminate the dark. Come forth. Holy sliver. Holy land.
Das ist nicht gut.
From beyond, imbued it. From beyond, imbued it.
I'm out of ammo.
Oh man.
Your natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from the battle.
Retreat? I would never. Sleep now.
You're finished.
Alter.
Negative gate. You pay for that.
I can't heal you. I've still got some fight left in me. Will this help?
From beyond. Imbue this vanquished soul with life.
In here. I'll be saving
Not
this
done
one.
yet. You bleed mighty power. Dance on the wind. Unleash life. Forgive me.
Kann doch nicht sein.
I owe you one.
I'll bring you back from death to bit. Here goes.
Blau kann bestimmt auch nichts machen, oder? Nee, kann er nicht. Ja, ich hatte ein goldenes noch. Ah, das verwende ich später.
Swallow blade.
Not in your dreams. Enough ammo.
You're mine. What real pain feels like?
Ich sehe halt nicht, wann er das macht.
Raging storm. Resuscitation. Here goes. Here I go. One that raging cascade. Annihilation.
Wow.
Here, let me help.
No fun.
Wow, und einfach rein.
Can't end here.
I'll bring you back from death to bit. Here goes. Take this.
Wieso Steuerung?
Open.
Ach so, wegen Kischer.
Everyone together. I'll shoot him down. Illuminate the dark.
Megasonic thrust. An astral.
Oh, toll.
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade. Know your place.
Ich habe jetzt gerade tatsächlich...
Kneel before your
Oh no.
sovereign.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Here's evil. Freeze Lancer. Here's a mini.
About to attack. We need to stop him.
Ja.
Proof of it. All others shall be banished. Elusive deity.
Oh,
The flame inside me. Yours.
This be the true power of a sovereign?
What is this? Please.
Raging cascade.
Take this up. It's over.
ja, aber ganz langsam bekommt man schon runter, so ist es nicht. Ganz langsam.
Stay away from my friend. Megasonic thrust. Dragon sword.
Mach das jetzt nochmal? Achso, nee, ist andere Attacke. Alter. Okay, das hat ja gar nicht mal so viel.
Incantation ruined. Not now. Not ever. Try harder.
Everyone! Get back! Thinking. It's too dangerous! Here's a healing arm!
Blind you with a dive
Shield!
Ah, geht er wirklich.
Raging storm!
Ah, ich glaube, ich... Na, geht nicht.
being interrupted.
Oh, das gibt 3000, aber davon habe ich nur eins. Nee, ich den nochmal her. Hm. Warte mal, kann Dohalim das unterbrechen eigentlich? Ah, war ich glaube ich zu langsam. Hm. Ich nehme jetzt goldene Gelee her.
Kneel before your sovereign. You're finished. They smite black and your life will end here.
Ja, da hinten.
You picked the wrong fight.
Ah,
All others shall be banished.
ja, das könnten wir vielleicht schaffen. Jawohl. Okay, Anna, es fängt an.
Consider yourself finished.
So, schauen wir mal, ob es noch mehr gibt. Third Phase, why not? Ich habe übrigens vermutet, dass die Brüder sind. So. Obwohl, warte mal. Vielleicht auch nicht.
Come on now. What do you think you can do? This guy's still standing? Victory! The throne! Everything rightfully belongs to me! I have millions of hours who rules over and crushes those who crawl at his feet! You are next!
Yes, dual wielding. Was meinst du jetzt mit deinem Fragezeichen?
Is it over?
Yeah, I think so.
So, jetzt bin ich gespannt, was jetzt kommt.
There. We finally collected all of the Master Cores. So what do we do now?
It is said that bringing all the Master Cores together in one place should form the Renaissance.
So, now we put Shion's with the rest.
With that, we can finally free her of her thorns.
What's going on? Are we missing something?
We can't be. So why isn't it?
Alphen! Behind you!
Okay.
What? Xion, are you the maiden?
What is this? Why is this happening?
What the? The Master Cores!
Is that darkness? A dark master core?
Renis Alma!
The Renis Alma. It's here.
What's going on? The Renis Alma's only supposed to consist of the 5 Danon elements.
What do you think you're doing?
She disappeared?
What in the world just happened?
Is it over? No. It's only just begun.
Cliffhanger. Aha. Gut, dann würden wir ja an einen potenziellen Tales of Arise 2 nach Lenegis reisen. Oder? Wenn das jetzt das Ende ist. Also es geht jetzt hier dann auch einfach weiter, aber das glaube ich jetzt mal nicht. GG. Also jetzt durch. Wow. Was zur Hölle ist das? What the fuck? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Sehe ich meinen Stream gerade sterben? Richtig ungeil.
A month has passed. For the time being, we decided to stay put in Ganath Haros. Even with their lord toppled, we had a long way to go before the people of Pelegion would be liberated in their hearts and minds. Lenegus hung ominously over our heads. We knew we'd need to deal with it sooner or later. We still had so many questions. The two sovereigns, the Red Woman and the Renis Alma. The present and the past of 300 years ago. Not to mention what happened to Volron's body after his defeat. Still, we were determined to keep fighting. I had my hands full taking care of everything. But in some ways, I was kind of grateful to be so busy.
Are you all right? You looked like you were spacing out there.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. You need something?
It's about that citizen's petition. I was coming to talk to you about it.
If I'm being honest, I think the problems of this realm's Dahnans hit close to home for me.
Oh?
You saw how things were in Menancia. We might have put way too much faith in Dohalim, but at least we could still think independently.
The people of this realm weren't even afforded that much basic dignity.
I don't know what kind of future the people here are going to ultimately choose. But whatever it is they decide, I want to help do my part so they can make that decision of their own free will.
You mean like how the Dahnans and Renans of Menancia chose to remain committed to coexistence? It'd be nice if this was a step towards that dream.
That's another issue altogether. At the very least, I want to believe all our hard work will pay off in the end.
Yeah. I guess we can only focus on what we can do right now and take it from there.
I'm going to go on ahead. Would you mind talking to Shionne for me? Once you're ready, we'll meet up at the castle entrance like usual. We can talk more there.
Right. Got it.
Okay, ich mach's jetzt erstmal nicht. Geht's jetzt doch weiter?
Shionne's been hanging out in the observatory a lot lately. Let's see if she's up there.
Okay. Dann schätze ich mal, dass ich jetzt hier hin muss.
Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Renis Alma. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegus. And the rest was It was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Renis Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are
Don't.
you...
It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
Kisara said she wanted everyone to meet at the castle entrance. Hey, Shion.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand. Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay?
Ich kann mich wahrscheinlich nicht porten, oder? Nö, okay. Dann laufen wir halt. Ich frage mich, ob ich die anderen auf dem Weg nach unten noch aufgabel. Ob vielleicht Kisara das Raumschiff gefunden hat. Das haben wir ja im Kinda Ending gesehen. Oder ob es vielleicht was anderes ist, keine Ahnung. So. Warte mal, ist das eigentlich jetzt schon die Vorderseite, die gemeint wurde? Nö, anscheinend nicht. Gott, wie weit muss ich noch laufen? Okay. Okay, da ist zumindest schon mal Dueling.
Oh, it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one then.
We better get a move on or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renins on Lenegis would have made their move by now. Yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renaissalma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shionne's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Or at any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renaissalma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before?
For now, at least. That Renaissalma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
I heard we are all to meet at the castle entrance.
So. Ah, yes, pop in.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I was just about to ask him what that problem is.
All right, then. Well, tell us what's on your mind, Ganya.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Where are your rations? Did you not get yours?
I did.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Then what's the problem?
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly. Be slow and gentle with him.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry about that. So you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Wait, if you're not eating them, then what are you doing with them?
Bringing them into the castle.
What? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I was afraid that something like this might happen. The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills, but not everybody...
Are you saying someone
Ich komm gerade aus dem...
sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so, that's a serious problem.
Komm nicht ins Menü.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
Ich finde nämlich... hier... Die Musik ist einfach mal so extrem laut. Warte mal, hat er die Einstellung jetzt? Nein, hat er nicht. Ja, Änderung anwenden. So.
Seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
Hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping people, aren't we?
Could have fooled me. Lately it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelegion, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything we can, aren't we? We didn't choose to get stuck here. Sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while Lenegis remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate? Spot something?
Hmm? Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's stand-ins. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere. Just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about.
Stimmt mein Internet jetzt gerade komplett? Oder schaut es bloß so aus?
Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah. I remember seeing people trying
Okay,
to lick the rocks
good.
back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had.
Ich
But now
war
there's
halb
something
getriggert auf
funny
das
about
Wort
rock salt I like.
Steinsalz.
Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
So, haben wir's. Also, das heißt, ich muss ja jetzt... Ich muss ja theoretisch ja eigentlich wieder ins Schloss zurück, oder? Ja. Okay. Jetzt habe ich ja... Ich frage mich halt eben, wie es jetzt weitergeht. Machen wir jetzt nur noch so kleine, belanglose Quests hier? Oder kommt noch was Größeres? Und was ist das da eigentlich? War das vorher auch schon da?
Search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point, but...
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
So, dann soll sie... Ah, wen haben wir denn da?
Very well.
Well,
Hey, pardon me.
What the hell? Do you guys not realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. You must think we're just damning from the town.
Whatever's going on, these are Volrun soldiers. Watch yourselves.
Cool, damit habe ich jetzt tatsächlich nicht gerechnet, dass ich jetzt hier nochmal... Gott. Gegen die kämpfen muss. Okay, jetzt leckt es sogar schon bei mir. What the fuck? Chill Spiel.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Benediction.
Take it! Megasonic thrust! Take it! No escape! Megasonic thrust! Slash! Ignite! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact cross!
Yeah.
Hey. You don't say.
Well...
Well?
How?
Oh, wow!
So then.
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you.
Muss ich den ganzen Weg
We're abiding Renin
zurücklaufen?
hierarchy.
Oh,
Not me
falsch.
personally.
Well, either way, solve the problem, and that's what counts.
Kann sein, dass ich gerade falsch rumlaufe. Ja, tue ich, aber da ist eine Kiste. Ach Gott, bitte. Artet es nicht zu einem Hin- und Herlaufen aus. Warte mal. Doch, ich muss hier lang.
I sure wish we could go on vacation.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt for us to unwind a little for once.
Oh nein, das ist brutal.
Not like we've got the gall to spare for it, though.
Ich habe das Gefühl, die Beleuchtungseffekte hier drin werden jedes Mal stärker, wenn ich reinkomme. Wahnsinn.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganneth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Dahnans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Dahnans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along.
New boss fight.
Years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us.
Oh, hat er auch so schwarze Augen?
The bastards should die.
Na, doch nicht.
Every last one of them.
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Dahnans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen, but treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Warum schalte ich noch Fertigkeitsbäume frei?
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around
Echt?
a little longer. There might
Weitere Probleme suchen. Ich sehe hier aber gerade nichts. Stimmt, ja. Aber... Warte mal. Warum habe ich das gerade nicht gesehen, oder?
still be people who need our help.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Haros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shion?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
Ist mir jetzt erst aufgefallen, aber Alphons Haare haben oben irgendwie so einen roten Schimmer. Je nachdem, wie man drauf schaut.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well, let's see what they have to say.
Okay.
No way! All right. Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's...
Das ist auch im Schloss. Legion Ebene 2. Zum Glück kann ich hin und her reisen. Muss nicht laufen.
Sorry.
Yes.
All right.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There's Zeugles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Nice, im Sack eingewickelt. Ah, okay, cool. Reagiert halt nicht.
Yes.
What?
Naja, verbrennen ist jetzt auch nicht so schlecht.
I'm afraid not.
I'm sorry.
Rinwell.
Huh?
Phew. Good. Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right?
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery, The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the Resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
You're welcome?
Und jetzt? Legion hat eine Gaststätte. Ach, das ist da wahrscheinlich.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need...
Oh. Da habe ich Dialog gecuttet.
What's that noise?
Alfred, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
Seems like they're gonna have silence at last. My concern is that object that dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana.
Ja.
Our own resistance, too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsef too. You saw her, right, Shion?
Oh, kann ich mich daran
I
erinnern?
drifted off. As far as I remember, the first
Doch,
time I saw her
doch,
was when we
ich
ran
glaub
into her
schon.
in Pelegion.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganath Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
I bet the whole of Dan is losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelegion seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on, we don't have much time.
Berge zusammenbrechen? Das hört sich doch gut an. Oh, so. Sie hat sogar eine Maske auf.
Where are these Forland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
Na, da oben. Ich von hier aus.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
Muss ich mich eigentlich heilen? Nö. Dann mache ich mich mal auf. Wobei, eine Sache will ich nachschauen. Gibt es neue Waffen? Nur so als Interesse. Oh mein Gott, es gibt neue Waffen. Das bedeutet, das Spiel geht doch noch ein bisschen länger. Ich habe jetzt gedacht, es hört einfach auf und wir müssen auf den zweiten Teil warten. Aber vielleicht brauchen wir das gar nicht.
Is the blazing sword okay?
Ach ja. Wir wissen es mit dem Wasser schon. Tja, ich habe gedacht, ich kann morgen schon Pathologic anfangen. Tja. Kein Pathologic.
Armored soldiers.
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy. Oh, glory
Gott,
unto Volron!
4 von denen.
And no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Ah, warte mal, ich muss die... Ah, das kann ich jetzt gerade wieder machen. Schilde. Hier, 2022. Gott! Ich habe jetzt echt nicht gedacht, dass das Spiel eigentlich so lang und groß ist. Gott, chillt's.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Die Dinger sind... Soldaten sind immer noch kackstark.
Consider yourself finished.
Ja, ruhig.
All yours, Kisara.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go. A hard-won victory.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Dahnan master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Dahnan master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Dahnan techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler. Only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then.
Is it dead? No, it doesn't seem to be. Ich glaube mal, ich glaube, ich muss die Twitch-App mal schnell neu starten.
Be on your guard.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them.
Internet ist.
They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelegion?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him? But yes, I suppose
Okay,
you're
ich glaube,
right.
jetzt soll's wieder
For these
gehen.
guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Nee, warte mal,
Either
nur
that,
hergestellt.
or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
Come on, please don't die. Funktioniert's jetzt? Ja, ich glaube, jetzt geht's wieder. Gott, gar keine Lust. Pilze.
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Noticed
No.
what?
I'm referring to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shion in some way?
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
Oh no. Wir wollen mein Booty. Geht weg.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like it.
Oh shit.
Right, here goes! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Seismic Rupture! Dragon Swarm!
That statue wielding art? Now the end!
Die Dialoge sind so super.
Shia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Illuminate the dark!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Cross! We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner.
Da hinten gibt's irgendwas noch.
Come and face me!
Okay.
Swallow Blade! Try harder!
Are those arms even natural?
Pierce!
Hat sie gerade Arms oder Arzt gesagt?
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours! You picked the wrong fight!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Dragon Swarm!
I'll face you.
Take this!
Wow.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
You're really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope always improving.
No, I mean, you're even better.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Wow, look what I just found.
So, was haben wir denn
I see
hier?
supplies and other signs people were living here.
Gott, chill. Oh.
Go no further!
Ja. Ich will die Diskussion nicht nochmal führen müssen.
Not today!
Can you take it? I shall ensure you survive this.
This is bad, right?
Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, ich sterbe.
I don't feel so good.
Let me free you of your power.
Dragon Swarm!
Let's get you all tucked away.
Here I come!
Can't get out of this.
Ah, warte mal, ja, ich wollte das eigentlich drücken.
My turn! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Dragon Swarm! Now I can let loose!
So.
That extra training paid off.
Pfeffer. Yeah, ich glaube, ich habe noch nirgends Pfeffer verwendet. Wobei, ich glaube, ich habe ein Rezept für Pfeffer. Ha. Oh, schade. Ja.
You got company! They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious! Sleep now!
Swallow Blade! You're mine! It's over!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
I'm not done! We turned the tables on them.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Here I come! It's on! Dragon Swarm! It's over! Take this! You're finished! Ignite!
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against the worthy.
You fight better at a distance.
The further away, the better.
Only the best materials in your gauntlets.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
Mann. Ach, hier steht auch eine Truhe. Die habe ich gar nicht gesehen. Z für Hamburger. Geil. So, das muss ja hier. Ja, schön, schön, schön. Darf ich wieder zurück? Nee, tue ich nicht. Ich habe keine Lust gegen 4 von denen. Bitte nicht. Lass mich in Ruhe. Wo geht's denn hier lang? Warte mal, stand der Bienfu-Köder. Ah, wo sind die? Köder wurden doch hier irgendwo... Wo wurden Köder aufgelistet? Da, Bienfu-Köder. Schön. Same universe. Toll. Ach, da hinten. Ja, mach mal Dueling. Cool, vielleicht spielt das ja, was weiß ich, 5000 Jahre danach. Existiert ja, I don't know. Der Boss ist... Dann können wir den Endfight ja eigentlich nur verlieren. Warte mal, wir haben ja... Nee, okay. Okay, dann passt das. Da war ich zu langsam.
Sure, there's tons you can do.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
You're finished! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Now!
Wow, das hat den gar nicht gejuckt. Achso, der ist gestorben dadurch. Could be.
In an instant! Impact Cross!
Good.
Achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
36 HP. Hey, ey.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Wertsteigerung nach Besiegen eines Gegners. Wertsteigerung. Welcher Wert? Stats? Diese Bonusanzeige, die ich nach einem Kampf bekomme? Was meinst du, Spiel?
How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegis?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renaissance, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
Dohalim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegis may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cyslodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
So Shion's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell, are you worried about Shion?
Of course I am. But I don't know how to talk to her about it.
You and
Okay,
me
gibt's
both.
nix.
Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegis along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
So even though they're using the wedge to siphon off energy from Dana, they're shooting it back down to Dana as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The Red Woman. Shion and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelegion.
Okay,
Are you
sure.
saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the 2 of them have in common is that they're both Renans.
Okay, you two. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So, jetzt müsste ich mal tatsächlich gegen die hier kämpfen. Da mal gucken, ob der Ring irgendwelche Stats bekommt. Aua, 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 aua. Achso. Ich muss die Ordnung wieder umändern. Dohalim und Rimwell sind wieder in verschiedenen Positionen. Aber gut, okay. Ich glaube, das wird nicht reichen, oder? Oder doch?
This one's got your name on it! Ashes to ashes, a merry destruction. There's still more to go. Sleep now.
Let's get you all tucked away. Easy peasy, huh, Hoodle?
Wertesteigerung noch besiegen. Ach, oder ist das... Oder ist irgendwie aufrüsten damit, also so aufwerten damit gemeint? Was man ja bei dem... Okay, dann lass ich's halt da liegen.
It sure got cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
Was ist...
Yeah, we're getting close.
Das Lodier ist kalt.
Coming through.
I never miss.
Oh, cool. Wir haben sogar beide getroffen.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Soaring Winwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Sad.
Coming through.
Ganz ehrlich.
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
My word. This must be the work of Providence.
What now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Boah, für wen ist das jetzt? Okay. Das ist auch nicht für Dualim. Für Gishara. Schauen wir mal weiter. Frusttal. Da wir das schon kennen, müsste das schon in Cyslodia sein. Ich frage mich... Nee, aber das wäre... Nee. Die 4 neuen Cores, 4 neue Lords wären, aber...
We need to get that bridge down somehow.
It looks like we can control it from our side. Let's take a closer look.
Are you okay, Law?
Oh, fine. Just thinking. The past is a real downer. That's why I'm focused on what's ahead of me. You?
Yeah. I'm going to stay the path. As long as we're all together, I know we'll be all right.
Same here. Now let's get moving.
Ja, kann halt gut sein, dass... Hey, ob wir hier schon mal waren? Ich kann mich jetzt nicht daran erinnern, dass hier mal eine Brücke war, die ich nicht runterlassen habe können. Ich kann da nicht drüber springen. Ey, Alphen.
Oh, good. We can cross through here.
Stop! Who goes there?
My name is Alphen. We're not your enemies.
Did you say Alphen? Slap me silly, it really is you!
Forgetting someone?
Rinwell! Oh, glad to see you're doing okay.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're patrolling the realm. Never thought I'd bump into you all on my rounds, though. Heck, enough of me, though. What's going on up in the sky? Feels like the world's gonna end.
That's what we're trying to figure out ourselves. And as it happens, got a big favor to ask.
I had an inkling that's why you'd come back. As soon as I saw you in the distance. So you beat all the lords, huh? Damn, you really must be a hero.
I just did what I had to. So can you send anybody to help Ganeth Harros?
I think we can help out. I'll hit up the other resistance groups and rustle up some support. I doubt they'll have a problem sending people once I mention it's you who's asking.
Thanks. If you guys can help out, that'll give us a chance to do something about that wedge out in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's something only you guys can handle. Speaking of which, that thing's out in the middle of the ocean. How do you even plan on reaching it?
By boat. We're about to go look for one.
No rest for the weary, I see. Hey, what happened to that mask you used to wear?
It's a long story. Let's just say I lost it.
I sure never expected to run into Bregan.
Cyslodia's probably in good hands with him.
Yeah. Now we can focus on finding a ship.
A boat, huh? Where are we gonna find one of those? It's not the kind of thing people just leave lying around.
Especially not Renans. For an Imperial power, they never have shown much interest in maritime expansion. Still, I dare say there should be the odd small vessel here and there.
All well and good, but that structure's slap bang in the middle of the ocean. A fishing boat won't cut it.
Let's just try to find one that won't sink us halfway out, yeah? Not that it needs to be a huge galley like Almadria's or anything.
Just as well, since we've passed, let's see, literally 0 huge galleys.
All I know is we have to reach that thing in the ocean. Anything that might work, I say we try it.
Boah. Ist das ein Comeback für unseren alten, ich weiß nicht mehr, wie er geheißen hat, der uns ja zu Almadrias Schiff gebracht hat. Der ist ja nicht wieder aufgetaucht.
Thanks to Bregan, it seems like Ganeth Harros should be in good hands at least.
I wonder who they'll send to look after things. It'll be someone from one of the other resistance organizations, no doubt.
They could do a whole lot worse than someone like Doc. And knowledge of medicine would go a long way there.
Wait, do you mean the old guy back in Calaglia? Ganeth Harros would be one hell of a trek from there. He'd have to get here first.
My brother's old second-in-command, Legil, would be a perfect fit, too. Pity she'll probably still have her hands tied up with work in Menancia.
Mahag Sar will be the same story. They won't have the manpower as it is, let alone enough to start exporting it.
Man, everyone's still struggling to get back on their feet, huh?
Knowing Bregan, he'll probably take things into his own hands. He seems like the kind of guy who enjoys a challenge.
Thinking back on it now, though, it does kind of make you realize just how many people we've gotten to know in each of the places we visited.
That's true. And each and every connection we forged is priceless. Anyway, we can trust Bregan to take care of things from here. Come on, let's focus on the task at hand.
Okay. Was letztes oder für ein Schiff? Ja, für ein Schiff. Komm, gehen wir doch mal hier hin.
I think Hootle senses something.
There it is. That's our target.
Was?
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
You're finished! We did it!
As impressive as always.
Ah, and here I hoped I was improving.
Ach, das sind Nebenaufgaben.
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? That's not to get me in.
As impressive as always.
Ah, and here I hoped I was improving.
Ja, wenn ich schon mal hier bin, kann ich das ja theoretisch machen.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Get lost!
I'm not done! We did it!
As impressive as always.
Ah,
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
Okay, dann haben wir das. Ja. Hier muss ich hin. Zur Werft zurück. Macht... Ja... Ja, ich meine...
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Das Schiff ist ja wirklich da.
Someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
Well, if it ain't the Blazing Sword and his merry crew.
Nice.
Mahavar? I can't believe you're still alive.
Course I am. If you landlubbers can make it out of that sinking ship alive, ain't no reason an old sea dog like me wouldn't too.
Yeah, but that wave hit hard. I'm glad to see you're okay. Sorry we put you in so much danger back there.
All water under the bridge at this point. You helped make one of my life's dreams come true. The ship, on the other hand, she took a bit of a beating, though, I'll admit.
Really? What happened to it? It looks fine to me on the outside.
She's fine now, but she was in rough shape when I made it back here. Engine chamber gave up the ghost. Without a lot of options, I decided to talk to the head honcho of the Dark Wings and see if he could help at all. And wouldn't you know it, Crazy Fool sent over Renan engineers to help. Can you believe it?
Renan?
Yep. Said they came from Menancia. They were real professionals. Did what they needed to and didn't give me guff or anything. I was damn near floored.
So they did the work themselves. Good on them.
Well, they did a bang-up job, because she's better than ever now. Speaking of which, I take it she's why you're here?
Yes. We need to get out on the ocean, and fast. When can we set sail?
Give the man a minute to think it over, Alphen. He hasn't even said yes yet.
It's all right, little lady. I'm a man of the sea. I'll gladly help. Hop aboard, folks.
Aha, das ist sogar ein Eingang.
This thing already looked plenty huge from afar. Seeing it up close makes it really hit home.
I didn't expect the journey to go so smoothly. I figured the Renans would send something to sink us.
Maybe they didn't think we had the nerve to come.
Somehow I kinda doubt that.
It's entirely possible they don't see us as a threat.
What do you mean?
That they think they're beyond our reach. Still, this structure is quite the unusual sight. Truth be told, never seen anything like it.
You're right. It doesn't look like the buildings on Lenegis at all. Or like any Renan structure for that matter.
It's weird. It doesn't feel like the kind of thing that has people inside either. Yeah, it's definitely something creepy. What the hell is it even made of?
I don't know. It's not mechanical or biological, but it's definitely alive in some way.
Shion?
I'm okay. It's nothing.
Well, what do we do now?
We have to stop this thing from siphoning off all of Dana's astral energy. That means finding the core and smashing it to bits.
Okay, but look at the size of it. I don't know if we'll find the core just wandering around.
Good point. Can anyone get a read on the astral energy around us? Any kind of a sign?
There's a rather enormous flow of energy moving directly upwards. If we wish to follow it, we'll have to do some climbing.
Rinwell?
Over there?
Hey, what's up with you?
Huh?
You okay? What happened?
I'm not sure. When I was reaching out to the astral energy, I thought I heard a voice.
A voice?
Yeah. I couldn't make out any words, but it sounded like it wanted me to come to it.
This seems like a trap, right?
It's not a trap.
How can you tell?
Listen, I don't know why, but when it spoke to me, I knew it wasn't hostile.
What do you think?
It could well be a trap. However, it's also our only real option short of wandering aimlessly about.
Let's trust Rinwell on this.
You sure?
Yeah.
It beats the alternative, I guess. What did I say? Sheesh, it's like walking on eggshells around here.
Sometimes you have to choose your words more carefully, Law.
Huh? Oh, right.
Gut, aber
It's noisy in here, isn't it?
Things should calm down a little once we're through with this place.
Mystic as always.
ich werde jetzt aber speichern. Und für heute beenden. Also dann, ciao.